It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies. Streaming and classic movies take center stage again in this time of empty cinemas. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim joining us via walk-around phone for the 60th week in a row. Wait, I've been informed that this is only the 6th week of social distancing. Or is that physical distancing? I don't even know what it's called anymore. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was introducing Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey.
So, with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Yes, I have to agree. It does feel like week 60. I feel like I've been in a bubble. I feel like the bad actor, John Travolta, in Boy in the Plastic Bubble. This week on the agenda, we're going to talk streaming. We're going to talk Doubted, Undoubted, and Mesmerized list. We're going to do our film genre favorites for superhero films. Open rage, rage or dare, and then close her down.
Cool.
So, hit me with some music, baby.
Will do.
Streaming. Motherfucking streaming. Right?
Streaming. I do like this music.
I'm too caught in the groove. Yeah, I'm too caught in the groove, man.
You know what? Let's just skip the podcast. Let's just play streaming for an hour.
Well, for those people listening at home, they could just make their own porn movie with our streaming music. So it kind of works for everybody.
All right. I guess we'll get on with the podcast then.
Yeah.
So, what did we stream last week?
We saw a bunch of different stuff.
We did. Bunch of different types of movies too. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and all different places.
Yeah.
So, what was the first one that we saw that you had suggested? And I have to say, I'm happy you did.
Are you? Huh. Well,
I am. Yep.
We're going to talk about that. I suggested 0.0 megahertz, 2019 film. On Shudder, yes. That is where you can see it if you really are desperate to kill an hour and 40 minutes. I'm not sure I suggest doing it, but let's see what I actually, thought of it. 0.0 megahertz. Members of a supernatural exploration club go into a haunted house. Sounds awful. This is a Korean film, so my expectations were immediately high, but this was about the least original movie perhaps ever made. It literally stole every idea within its script from other movies. And not in a wink-wink, nudge-nudge way, but more of a blatant theft way. It also had a strange, uneven, schizophrenic soundtrack that borrowed from other movies as well. As I say, very little originality here. It starts with a bunch of teens that are in a school club called the 0.0 megahertz club. This is apparently the frequency at which it's possible to communicate with the dead. Anyway, this group of stereotypes, complete with, the slut, the jock, the nerd, the shy outsider. Wait a minute, seems like the Breakfast Club is about to go on an adventure. We have the obligatory stop at the gas station for supplies before going into the countryside.
Yes.
Yeah, where we get the attendant, of course, warning the group not to go to the place that they're gonna go to. Just like hundreds of other horror movies. Watch for about the 22-minute mark where we get a total ripoff of a John Carpenter soundtrack. Which was just completely out of nowhere, and we didn't revisit it at all. It's like this music came from nowhere and then it's gone again. Just John Carpenter soundtrack all of a sudden for some odd reason. As I mentioned, not even the music is original. We also get some strange dialogue throughout. Like at one point, character Yoon Jung, the popular slut of our story, says, "Help me," but then a second later tells the group, "Run away." Huh? Which do you want them to do? Help or run?
Both.
Yeah, apparently. At the 51-minute mark, we get the creepy kid from The Grudge making a cameo, so that was kind of cool.
That was.
In a completely unoriginal way. Then we get some more theft as we get a Rise of the Terminator beat. Dun 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 dun. I'll admit I was super entertained when they were literally trying to physically beat the spirit out of Yoon Jung. I mean, they were really beating the tar out of her in an unsuccessful attempt to get rid of the spirit within her. So that is the one part of the movie that I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like they were just beating the crap out of it. It was brutal. Anyways, towards the end of the film, we get a character promising that, whatever is happening in the house, that under no circumstances he to come in. Gee, I wonder if he's going to go in anyway. Spoiler alert, he does. We then get the backwards head scene from The Exorcist. And then we got what should have been the last line of the film. If they had faded to black and run the credits after one of our survivors said, "If I were fatter, I'd be dead." At least it would have had a memorable last line. But instead, we got a tacked on last scene that had me shaking my head. Dumb ending that left me saying, huh? It really should have ended a few minutes earlier. For its unoriginality and its dumb ending, this movie more than earned my rating. This movie was a rage. What do you think of that, Jim?
I think everything you said is true. But nice. I loved every minute of it. I thought I took it as this was tongue-in-cheek. I thought this director... I
didn't get that at all. If that's what I got, I probably could have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't think you obviously didn't get it. Like, for me, I was channeling it. I thought, like, from moment one it landed, I'm like, this is the best. This is like, when you watch those cheesy movies when they do, like, the rip-off of, like, Scary Movie was a rip-off of all these other different movies. This was like that type of movie, but not done funny. And I like, fair enough. It was just like, oh my God, it was so predictable. Like, it was just so predictable. And it was so, the thing there was a thing that I actually really loved the most. The chant was so awesome. May the dead come back here. But they're saying it in Korean. It was just so fun. Everything about this movie, it was like influences from Cabin in the Woods, and then there was influences from Evil Dead, and there were influences from Cabin Fever, and then Blair Witch scenes, and then The Exorcist.
Yeah,
it was like all the best horror movies thrown into one movie.
But there was no tongue firmly planted in the cheek through all this. It was just.
Oh, I felt it. The actors were not acting funny. Like, they weren't. It wasn't goofball comedy.
No,
but it was. I mean, anybody who watches a horror movie and sees this goes, "Oh my God, this is a rip off of this. This is a rip off of this. This is a rip off of this." I just thought it was fun. Like, it's just like when you say how you love slasher movies. Mm-hmm. To me, this was like, it had all the good scenes I like from the possession shows, because possession is like,
it was such a hodgepodge though. It was like plucking from all sorts of different genres, and it just was a mess.
It was just all over the place, but I kind of liked it being a mess. At first,
it was a glorious mess.
Really it was a glorious mess. Like, I know if I was in your mindset when you saw this, I think, we talked about this in the past. That if you get a movie where you're not in the right mindset to watch it, you're going to go
absolutely
into a rage. And that was the same situation that I'll talk about later for one of the movies we watched this week, because I was raging through most of it. But this one, I was kind of like, mind it. Like the stopping at the gas station too. I was just like, oh my God, it's so fun.
And that's what just got the whole thing rolling. I was like, when they stopped at the gas station, I was like, oh God. But yeah.
Yeah, they're totally gonna stop at a gas station. I never. And the first they had to buy beer. It's like, wait a minute.
Yes.
This looks like every other movie I've ever seen where they go up to the cabin in the woods.
Except, The Breakfast Club was starring in it.
Yeah, I actually loved your analogy of that. The Breakfast Club. I wasn't channeling the Breakfast Club at the time, but now I might go back and watch it again.
Oh,
and
it was
actually
totally.
Try and get more connected to the Breakfast Club.
It totally was.
So actually, we got to be big conflicts this week. I'm giving it a Mondo. I thought it was funny and fun.
You haven't won me over, man. It was a rage because I just did not feel the fun. It just like, this is just one big rip-off.
Why you didn't. I do know why.
What was with that soundtrack too? I mean, it didn't even use music that often, but then this weird music would come in that doesn't even really fit most of the time, and it was like,
I know
what is going on?
But I love that about random. I love randomness. You know that about me. I'm all about random. This was like everything about this was random.
Yeah, it was random, all right. Let's go from something that was really bad to something that was really good. So I think you're going to talk about Beastie Boys' story here.
I am going to talk about it. So I have to say, had I seen this before we made our list for the best music documentaries, I'm sorry, you would have dropped out of my top 10 and landed in honorable mention, because this would have made number one for me. I know you're not a big Beastie Boys fan. I'm not a huge Beastie Boys fan, but I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And, I like their music. This was like you were sitting with a bunch of guys. Like, it's like the Beastie Boys are your best friends, and they're just hanging out with this crowd. The two remaining Beastie Boys walking through the history of the group.
Yep.
I was just in awe from minute one, and directed by Spike Jonze. Like, come on. Like, it was just so beautiful. Everything about it. They gave so much homage. Like, I didn't know that their original drummer, this girl, was that they had so much guilt they carried it with her, that they had dumped her.
Yeah,
and
that was
it was
cool.
almost like they gave her so much props. It was just like, wow, like so impressive. And then just how much respect, like, when you'll see like bands like, when Led Zeppelin broke up, or when Queen broke up, I guess is not the right word. They ended.
Yeah.
And when,
they really didn't. They're still, doing their thing.
Led Zeppelin did not.
No, not Zeppelin, but Queen.
Time.
But anyways,
Queen
go on.
didn't either, though. Queen stopped for a long time before they reformed and started doing stuff.
Well,
so it's interesting. These guys. Well, yeah, okay. Well, we'll leave that aside. But you know what I'm getting at is that
I do.
This is two guys that they have so much respect for the third member of their band. They probably are still doing things creative together, but the Beastie Boys is done, because the Beastie Boys was the three of them.
Yep.
And that's what I felt. So you did get to see it. That's good.
I did. So I knew, to be honest, I knew very little about the Beastie Boys going in, but I enjoyed this a lot. It was entertaining and informative, and was presented in a fairly unique way. Thoroughly enjoyed it. This is not just a doc for fans of the band. At its heart, it's a tale of three kids who sometimes compromised, but through perseverance found their voice, and eventually were able to find artistic freedom by relying on each other's friendship. It ends up being a pretty inspiring tale. It kind of morphs into a eulogy for Adam Yauch towards the end, but it does it seamlessly, and it's not contrived at all. Really liked it. Absolute mondo.
Yeah. So here's a question for you then. Do you think this might have made your top 10?
No, it wouldn't have made my top 10, but I did really, really like it. It might have got an honorable mention, because I liked it that much, but there's nothing in my top 10 that I could have punted for this.
Oh, there you go. So we got two Mondos.
Absolute Mondo. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yes. All right. So from that, we go to My Spy. Which I could not believe when you said, you know what, we should watch My Spy this week, to which I was like, okay.
Why?
Why? But whatever. So if, those of you that don't know what My Spy is, it stars Dave Bautista. It's a hardened CIA operative finds himself at the mercy of a precocious 9-year-old. Wow, that sounds awful. What did I think of My Spy? I guess it was harmless family entertainment. But there's little to talk about here. Story was meh. Acting was meh. Direction was meh. Didn't hate it. But I would guess that if you asked me if I saw this movie a year from now, I may tell you no. I haven't seen My Spy. It really left little impression on me. So, meh. This is kind of the definition of a meh movie for me, to be honest, because nothing stood out. I think I might have chuckled once or twice, and in 90 minutes, that's not enough.
Yeah.
What did you think, Jim?
Well, I've got lots to say about this movie.
Go for it.
First, I need to mention, as you know,
yes,
creepy kid movies always start with an 11 and work your way down.
Yeah, but she wasn't a creepy kid.
Exactly. But but here's the twist. Adult kid movies where the kids are supposed to be smart usually start at a 1, and I find it very hard for them to go up unless the script is great or at least good.
Well,
now,
then I guess this must have stayed at a 1 then, because there was no reason for it to go up from there.
That is pretty damn close. One-dimensional characters with dialogue that seemed like it was directly written for or by the audience it was intended.
Yeah.
11-year-old girls.
That's about it.
I think I need to.
Which usually kind of appeals to me, to be honest. I usually channel my 11-year-old girl pretty good.
Yeah, you kind of do, except when they're like this type of movie or rom-com. Well, rom-coms you're a big sucker for. But, I think I need to remember what audience I belong to. And, oh yeah, that's right. Films made for 12-year-old boys.
Right.
Film snob movies, John Wick films, and horror films. Outside that, I need great characters, and is a script that is not predictable. This was a super hard rage. I was so angry all the way through it. I'm like, what is good about this? There was only one.
There's nothing good, but it was harmless.
Movie. It was not harmless. It was making me keel over with severe stomach cramps.
Okay, it was harmless to everybody except for you.
Yeah, harmless. I don't even. Yeah, boo is exactly it. Yeah, this is a hard rage for me. It's going to be hard pressed to see another.
I'm sticking by my.
Okay, you do it.
All right.
You own it.
I am owning my.
Attaboy.
All right, sir. What else did we see? That's enough about My Spy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you got to see it. Circus of Books.
I did get to see it. I do what I'm told, man. You tell me to watch a movie, I watch it.
I love it. Now, next week's whole episode will be dedicated to 1974's entire book of porn. But this week we watched Circus of Books, and I really love this movie. It wasn't the movie I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few lines in there I gotta bring out. So
go for it.
The one line from the mom in the film, it's just basically her story, really.
She's a central character for sure.
Yeah, Karen Mason and Barry Mason. I wish your movie was done so I could see how it would turn out. And this is specifically pertaining to her business and her life.
Mm-hmm.
And another great line she used was, you just always think that you know what's best, and you're wrong. Parents are only smart for a very small window of time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that line to me sums up this whole movie. This movie took me on a journey I was not expecting. I mean, first off, Circus of Books, I had no clue what it was about, although if you look at the poster of it, it's this super cut guy on the front. So you're going like, okay, what's this? And then you see two old Jewish people sitting in a couch. So it's kind of like, okay, what is this about? This movie, I thought it was just going to be this journey of these two people that got into becoming the biggest purveyors of gay porn in the United States and North America. But it became so much more than that.
Absolutely.
Interestingly enough, one of their sons comes out as gay, and here's the couple that's the biggest purveyors of porn, and the mother has a shit fit about it. So it was like
quite go that far, but yeah, she wasn't happy.
She kind of blew her son's mind. I mean,
he wasn't expecting that.
No.
But Dad was cool. Your dad's like, whatever.
His dad's like, yeah, whatever. You're gay. Whatever.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
got some videos I could rent you. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. And then, the movie ends. You see them. They close the bookstore,
yep.
and she's on a whole new mission to be such a visionary for other moms whose kids are coming out. So, and they talked a lot about their very strong Jewish heritage and beliefs, and how in the Jewish faith, and with most really strong faith, like strong Christian faith, strong Jewish faith, Catholic, all these, is that to come out as gay or non-binary or transgender or whatever, it's really tough for kids, and it's really tough for parents to be able to go through that journey. And so this journey took us through a bunch of different things that I was just along for the ride the whole way. It was a mondo for me.
Cool. So, as far as I was concerned, to be honest, I really, you said you were watching this. I was like, really? I'm like, all right, I'll watch it. So I really wasn't looking forward to this one, but I'm glad I watched it. Really enjoyed this unexpected journey that the Mason family took. Karen and Barry were definitely worthy of having their story told, even though they seem not to understand why. Especially Karen.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you filming us? Funny and at times emotional doc that hit most of the right notes with me. It was absolutely a mondo.
Yeah, there was times like near the end there, I was like bawling my eyes out. Like, I cannot believe the emotional journey I just went through.
Yeah.
After watching a lot of potential gay porn, I was like, how does that happen?
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
Normally gay porn doesn't make me go there, so this was a really big surprise.
There you go. All right, couple of mondos there. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. So we started with a mix, bag of tricks.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended with a double mondo.
Double mondo. Not a bad way to end the segment. Let's. Yeah. All right. So we are going to move on to the next segment, which just happens to be Doubted, Undoubted, or Mesmerized. I understand you've got some submissions this week, Jim. We're going to just roll with you because I was spent last week after trying to come up with something. So it's all on you, my friend.
Well, I may have some issues, but give me a second here because guess who's not prepared like he normally is.
We all know you have issues, Jim.
Yeah, probably potentially too much issues, to be quite honest.
Yeah, you're a bit of a handful, really.
I actually made a list of 4.
4?
I'm only giving you 2 because I've got to keep 2 in my back pocket.
Okay.
Now, I know one of them's not going to make it, but I want them on the agenda so that they will potentially
it's not going to make it.
It might.
It might. All right. Okay, you have piqued my interest. You've piqued my interest. Let's lay it on.
Let me start with the one that, okay, I'm just going to count these down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 movies. The reason that we have to wait for one more is because of the 9 movie collection that this person has made. 2 of them are animated films.
Oh, yeah.
So I am nominating for the Undoubted. I know, but I want to make sure that this is marked on the calendar for when they make their next movie, that we see it. And guess what? It's just a slap it into the basket.
I can't wait any longer, Jim. Lay it on me.
It's Wes Anderson. And we're starting at Bottle Rocket. And first of all, just so you know, all 9 of his movies are mondos for me. And I have a feeling that you're going to be pretty close. If not, you'll have one miss. Bottle Rocket, mondo.
Mondo, like
right?
Super Mondo.
Rushmore, mondo.
Rushmore, Super Mondo.
Royal Tenenbaums,
Super Mondo.
Mondo. Well, yeah, everything you're saying, everything he does is super. So The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. It's a mondo.
It's just a mondo. It's not a super mondo, but it is a mondo.
It's a super duper mondo for me. The Darjeeling Limited.
Mondo.
All right. Now, we know this movie is both one of our favorite movies.
Yep.
The Fantastic Mr. Fox.
It's probably one of my, I would say it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, yeah, I have such affection for that movie. It just makes me so happy, that movie. I don't know that a movie out there makes me happier than that movie.
I cannot argue with that. It's definitely in my top 20 movies of all time.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Oh,
it's
so
a
good.
Mondo, but it's animated, so that takes it out of the list.
It does.
Moonrise Kingdom is
Mondo. Absolute Mondo.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh,
also
super Mondo.
Yep. And last but not least, The Isle of Dogs, which leaves us with another Mondo.
It is another Mondo.
Another animated
film, yeah.
So
those stupid rules. Who came up with these dumb rules?
Apparently you and Murray, but that's
yeah.
Because I said they should, but you said not. So what we do know,
yes,
and we will find out this year, he's making a movie called The French Dispatch.
Yep.
And it is completed. And I haven't seen anything from it. But if it's like every other, I don't know when its release date is. Oh, here we go. October 16th, 2020.
Yeah,
so
wow.
Put it on
tentatively.
Put it on your calendars, people. Put it on your calendar, people. October 16th, 2020. If it's still a thing, we will be able to see this. And Wes Anderson will be gently.
Is that the 10th? That can't be the 10th, isn't it? That'll be like the 8th, right?
Okay, so here we go. I'll back it up for you. Isle of Dogs. Okay, it's 1. Grand Budapest Hotel is 2. Moonrise Kingdom is 3.
Oh yeah, it's got to be 8, right?
The Darjeeling, the Darjeeling Limited is 5.
Yep.
Let's Aquatic is 6.
Yep.
Royal Tenenbaums is 7. Rushmore is 8. Bottle Rocket is 9. Take away 2, that leaves us with 7.
Okay, so we just
at the end of this year, we may have another director.
There's no may have. It's gonna be Mondo.
It's not gonna be a race.
There's no way it's gonna be a race. Yeah. I would be absolutely floored if it was meh. The man has done absolutely no wrong. His sense of humor is right up my alley.
Yeah, mine too, buddy. Mine too.
When I saw Bottle Rocket, I was like, oh God, I hope this guy keeps on making movies. And then he did, and it was so awesome.
Yeah. I didn't see Bottle Rocket first. I saw Rushmore first.
Oh, did you?
Rushmore was one of my favorite movies for years, and I had to go back and get a copy of Bottle Rocket after that. So,
they're my OR scrubs. Oh, are they?
Oh, yeah. Oh my
So
God,
good.
that movie is so good. Okay, so I'm just making a note. Wes Anderson is on. What do they call that in baseball? You know sports terms. He's on. He's on base.
Oh,
he's on the turkey or something. I don't know. What is it?
No.
He's on the backup. Like he's waiting to go.
He's on the reserve list.
Okay, he's on the reserve list.
But he's also he's on the he's in the bat. No, when you're about to go up to bat, but you're not.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway,
what's that called?
Sportsy will tell us that. I don't know.
Well, he's in the bat. Yeah.
Whatever. Let's move on.
I should know these.
Somebody
things.
will tell us. I know because you're sports dude.
I'm getting mouthed from the corner here that it's batter's box. He's in the batter's box.
Okay, so now
he's not at the plate yet. But when he gets to the plate, he's gonna hit a home run.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
All right. What else you got?
So I'm gonna say you gotta let me know either Canadian or Mexican or Spanish.
I'm sorry, it's my choice?
Yep.
Canadian, Mexican, or Spanish?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Mexican.
All right. So Jim is nominating Robert Rodriguez. And going back in time,
okay, list them off.
2005, Sin City.
Okay, Mondo. Yeah, it's a Mondo.
And then The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl 3D, which is, I found it a mess, but that's because I love Rodriguez. If it gets to rage, it doesn't go anywhere else.
Okay, just a second. I'm trying to rack my brain to think if I've even seen this. And I'm going to go with no. I haven't seen it. So that might be the only thing on the list that I haven't seen. So I might have to watch it. But let's keep on going.
Okay. Planet Terror, which is a Mondo.
Mondo.
Machete is a Mondo.
Machete is a super Mondo.
Exactly. Spy Kids 4, all time in the world. I gave it a meh.
Haven't seen it.
Okay, so there's two of them that are kind of in the similar end. Then he's got Machete Kills, which is a mondo.
It's a mondo. It's not as good as Machete, but it's still a mondo.
It's still not bad.
It's a mondo.
The evil Catholic villain.
Yes.
To the death, and he's making Machete Kills in Space coming out next year. And then after that, we have Sin City, A Dame to Kill. I gave it a meh. It wasn't as good as Sin City. So unless this is a rage.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Sin City, A Dame to Kill For.
That was a movie?
Yep.
How do I not know this exists? And it was in the theaters?
Yes. It's the second part of Sin City.
Maybe I watched it. Maybe I just forget. That's crazy.
Okay, and then the last one, which I know was a mondo for you, is Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, I was so shocked that was so good. I don't know why, but it was really good.
Man. It's gonna be good. But you've got a lot to do this week.
Yeah, I got to do some homework on this one.
He's on the list, but so you've got to see Sin City Dame to Kill For. You've got to see Spy Kids 4, and you've got to see Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Okay, so Taylor Lautner was Shark Boy. I'm already having my doubts about this.
It's a kid show.
Although,
so
he was also in, a little movie called Twilight, which, was pretty good.
Yeah, it was great.
Whatever. You don't believe that.
Not for a minute. So there we go. We've got two. Not all the way in yet, but they're on base or something. They're in
the batter's box.
They're in the batter's box. Sure.
That's where they are. I tell you. All right. No, I will. So we got to wait till the end of the year, hopefully, to get Wes. Wes is going in. I mean, it's absolutely no brainer.
We should put him in. 2 animated should equal 1 non-animated.
Well, especially since
we just know,
since one of the animated is like the best animated movie ever
made. Exactly.
And one of the best movies ever made.
Exactly. Like it's
no movie has made me as happy as that movie made me. I watched it in the theater and I just giggled. I giggled through the whole thing, and then I bought the Blu-ray. And I was looking so forward to it, and I put it in the machine. I was like, this can't possibly be as good as it was in the theater. It's just, it can't live up to that. And I watched it again, and I giggled through the whole thing again, and it made me so happy. Oh, I love that movie.
It's true. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen that movie. Yeah. It still brings me joy. As does Isle of Dogs. I love that.
Yeah, Isle of Dogs is awesome, too. But rules are rules. I'm sorry. We have to wait.
Well, at least we know he's getting in.
Oh, he's totally
a matter
getting
of time.
In. Yeah, there's no way.
Awesome.
The guy does no wrong.
Yep. All right. Well, that's all I got for this week's for the nomination. So I got two more in backup. So you'll get to hear those next week unless you can come up with something better.
All right. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose.
All right. Well, let's talk superheroes.
Superheroes. Hey, it's kind of superhero music, really.
Kind of does.
It's kind of appropriate. I could see, Superman flying through the sky with this plane in the background.
Yeah. And speaking of superheroes, before I jump in with my top 50 list, which I had to narrow it down to top 50.
Okay.
I've got Murray's top 7.
You got Murray's top 7. We have
Merman sent me his top 7.
All right, let's see what the Merman has to say. I did not know this was coming.
So I know this was your surprise.
All right, let's get it. Merman's top 7. Lay it on me.
It is number 7, the very first Thor. Number 6, Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Cool.
Number 5, Superman 2. Number 4,
nice.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Number 3, Man of Steel. Number 2, the original Superman, the movie.
Wow.
And his number 1 favorite of all time.
Lay it on me. It's got to be Thor. Yep, Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
You should have just let me guess, man.
Favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm such a spoiler.
And
Well, you can guess some of mine.
But yeah, Thor Ragnarok was. I think that I would imagine it's on your top 10, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Spoiler. It is on my top 10.
Whoa, this could be like the favorite combined movie of all of us.
It might be.
Yeah, it could very well be.
It's not.
I'm not giving you a spoiler though.
Yes. All right. So what do you got for us?
All right. This is my honorable mentions. I have 10.
You have 10 honorable mentions. All right, go ahead.
Yep, and I'll run through them quick. Number 10, 2015 CGI masterpiece, Ant-Man. And it's by Marvel. I'm telling you where the comic comes from, or if it's not from a comic, where it was originated from.
Oh, yeah. I'm not doing that.
That's okay. I'm a keener. You're not.
You are.
Spawn, 1997. John Leguizamo, Todd McFarlane, Calgary-born, super comic book writer.
Todd McFarlane.
The more, as my goodie friend says, the more hella, the better. By Image Comics.
Nice.
Number 8 was 2019's Shazam. This was the biggest surprise of last year for me. I thought from the commercials I would hate this movie more than any movie I had ever seen, and it would be stupid, but I loved it. It's good family fun for a superhero. And DC, yes, please.
Yeah, Shazam was really fun.
Number 7, Toxic Avenger from 1984.
Nice.
Melvin, my man.
Absolutely.
Funny, silly, trauma, and a little sweet love story all wrapped in a cute trauma-filled package. Original by Lloyd Kaufman and then picked up by Marvel. So
cool.
There we have it. You can go read some Toxic Avenger in your comic books. Number 6 is Big Man Japan from 2007.
Oh,
Funny,
that didn't even occur to me.
Japanese, say no more. If you are making a super anything, I want it. Written and directed and stars Hitoshi Matsumoto. Love this movie. It's so dry. It's so dark. It's so fun. Everybody needs to see this, and you can stream it on Tubi or Tubi.
Tubi.
Tubi. Download the app. You can see so many great stuff on there. Number 5, Unbreakable from 2000. M. Night Shyamalan doing superheroes. I have a feeling I may see dead people, but maybe not enough. Original screenplay by M. Night. So, and I don't think anybody's picked it up as a comic. Yep. Number 4, Doctor Strange from 2016. Cool. Bernie Cumberbund, finally a superhero. And Tilda, about time.
Yes.
I hope she comes back in more movies from Marvel. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy from 2014. Hilarious and awesome CGI gold, Marvel. Number 2, Watchmen, 2009. Zack Snyder makes the super dark superhero film, and we get to see a giant blue wiener for most of the movie. Yes, please, DC.
All right.
And this one's tied for my number 1 of honorable mentions. It's all of the X-Men titles. I am of all comics, X-Men is my favorite. X-Men comics is always my favorite. I love everything about X-Men, even the terrible movies of X-Men. I'll still love it. It's on one of my 11 lists. If it says X-Men, I'll still love it. So I have blinders on. So number 10 on my top 10.
The actual top 10.
The actual top 10 now.
All right.
2012 Ega. This film is super fly. Oh, what I meant to say is it's about a super fly. If only this Bollywood film had more dancing, it may have made my top 5.
Sounds
Gives
awful.
me hope that in my next life, I can still take revenge that I didn't get to finish in this one. Original screenplay, and it's on Amazon Prime.
All right.
Have you seen it?
I want to say that I have because I think it played. It played
here.
Played
Sif a few years
ago. It played Sif. Yeah,
yep.
It was awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a black carpet. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
I was at the black carpet premiere for that one. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
To each their own. That's 10. Yep.
Yeah, it's you don't get very many Indian superhero movies. So
well, that's true.
Number 9 is Brightburn from 2019. Although it's not really a superhero movie, you may have been hoping for. It's one that I have always dreamed of. Evil Superman. Freaking loved it. So dark and has super evil, creepy kid.
Nice.
Mark and Brian and Mark Gunn tied to DC via the plot of Superman, but no comic titles for this one. Number 8 is Deadpool from 2016. Mr. Canadian Sassy Pants himself makes a superhero movie that is nonstop funny as well as nonstop action. Plus, an angry lesbian who kicks ass and blows shit up. I loved it. It's by Marvel.
Absolutely.
Number 7, Hellboy, 2004. Guillermo del Toro directing superhero movies.
Not the one from last year?
No, God, no. This is 2004, man. Guillermo del Toro. What can this man not do? Oh, wait, nothing. He's brilliant at every genre and everything he does. Dark Horse Comics, Hellboy, 2004. Stars, what's the heck's his name? The big dude. Gone. And, crap, you know who's, something sidetracked, but, John Hurt seems to be in a lot of my superhero movies that I love. I don't know how he ends up in there, but he does. And I love John Hurt. In fact, that may be someone we want to nominate for Undoubted sometime. But
yeah, I think you'll be disappointed when you've seen what he's done lately.
Yeah, well, he's dead now, so I think that I'll be disappointed because he's dead. Ron Perlman is what I was thinking of. Yeah. So
Ron
Hellboy,
Perlman.
2000, number 7, number 6, and we even get our quote for our film rage from this movie, Mystery Men from 1999. Academy Award winner Jeffrey Rush at his funniest and most sinister. Funniest collection of actors ever put into a superhero movie, loosely based on the Flaming Carrot comic, which was also / Dark Horse, which is also / Image. I love this movie.
It was fun.
Number 5, the original Spider-Man, directed by Sam Raimi in 2002. First real version of Spider-Man, and it blew my mind. Still great even now. I watched it again on the weekend just to make sure I still loved it. So my top 5, I watched all 5 of them over the weekend.
Wow.
It's still great. Best ending ever. Like, the ending was perfect. He's like, "Oh yeah, I love you, Spider-Man." He's like, "Bitch, get real. I'm Spider-Man. I'm not going to let you be my girlfriend."
Is that what he said? Is that a direct quote?
Well, it's not a direct quote, but I paraphrased a little bit. You know what I mean? It still has one of the most iconic lines of any superhero movie ever. With great power comes great responsibility.
That is a good quote.
So yeah, it's still used everywhere. Number 4 is, we've already heard it before, Thor Ragnarok from 2017. Taka, Goldblum, Helmsworth, funny as fuck and action-packed. Aussies rule! Oi, oi, oi!
Nice.
From Marvel. Number 3, another entry by my boy, Sam Raimi. 1990s superhero, Raimi style. Who doesn't like a little revenge? Yes, please. 1990s Darkman. I'll take another helping. Oh, wait. Did I remind you that Liam Neeson and Frances McDormand are in this?
They are.
Original written by Sam Raimi and then picked up by Marvel after the fact.
Cool.
Number 2, V for Vendetta, 2005. Director is James McTeague. Starring Hugo Weaving, Natalie Portman, John Hurt again. There he is. Political anti-horror, or anti-hero, not anti-horror. Political anti-hero film, creepy masks and subway tunnels and kidnapping. You had me at creepy masks, DC. Also on Vertigo Comics. Also
cool.
Great comic too, by the way.
Is it?
If you ever get a chance to get it. Yeah, it's fantastic. And my number 1, top of my heap. I'm going to give you some hints. I have a feeling you'll be able to guess it after like the fourth round. Here we go.
All
Director is James Mangold.
Okay.
Marvel Universe.
James Mangold, Marvel. Okay.
Don't be cheating. No cheating.
No, I'm not looking up anything.
You're just thinking with your brain.
I am.
Your brain pan. This could be the darkest film in the MCU. Murderous Children, Mutants, part of the X-Men universe, Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and introducing Daphne Keane.
Oh, it's Logan.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
This hits all my main points for the best superhero movie of all time. Creepy, angry kids, strong female lead who kicks ass and punch dicks. It's about the X-Men universe and dark as fuck, and it's a perfect film. A great way to say goodbye to two old friends. A small tear slowly forms on my eye
Yes.
as I close my eyes in memorial. Marvel Comics.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
movie.
Favorite superhero movie of all time.
There you go.
There we go. Over to you. What you got?
Let's see. We'll start with my honorable mentions, and even though we weren't supposed to have any animated, it's on my honorable mention, so whatever. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie, 2017. Tra-la-laaaa! Just fun. And by the way, it's like one of the few times that I've ever what's his head? For some reason, his name has left me. He's so brutal, but for some reason, he was fine in this movie. Why has it left me? Brock's little buddy that in every single movie. Chris something. No.
Well, he's in the movie, you mean?
Yeah, no, the guy from Jumanji, and he was in Central Intelligence, and Kevin Hart. Yeah, it's the only movie that he's been in, other than he's been in a few, I guess, but overall he just kind of annoys me. But he was good in this.
It was cute.
Yeah.
The books are good too.
It was a lot of fun.
I read them to my kids. Yep.
All right, and to continue with the honorable mentions, we heard Spawn on your list, and it's on mine as well. 1997 honorable mention for me. Good and evil collide in this dark, but perhaps not dark enough for me, adaptation of Todd McFarlane's comic book. Believe this one was in your top 10. Darkman is on my honorable mention, 1990.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson handing out some justice as an anti-hero who can change his appearance, but only 1 hour at a time. Really good. This one might shock you. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990. Cowabunga, dude. I love this. Yeah, I love this movie when it hit the theaters. But full disclosure, I haven't seen this movie in 25 years or so I don't know if it's if it's aged well at all. But hey, I loved it at the time. And
yeah, you should probably go back and watch.
Should I watch that again? It's not on my top 10. It's just got an honorable mention. And this probably should have made my list, but it didn't. Batman from 1989. Tim Burton style Batman single-handedly resuscitated the superhero genre. If it wasn't for Batman, right, I don't know that we'd be going through all this right now. It really kick-started the whole superhero genre, so I think everybody actually
and music
should be.
From Prince.
It did indeed. Bat Dance, baby. All right. Yeah. So, top 10 superhero movies of all time, according to the only person that matters, me. Number 10, Superman 2 from 1980. Just had to get some Christopher Reeve in here, and Terrence Stamp will always be the only General Zod to me. And that's saying something because the undoubted Michael Shannon took a shot at the role in 2013, but Terrence Stamp was just so good. He is General Zod. Number 9, Orgasmo from 1997. Superhero story the Trey Parker way. As the movie poster proclaimed, Orgasmo, making sex safe again. Funny and educational.
Yeah, it was good. I loved it. Trey Parker.
So, number 8, Defendor from 2009. Woody Harrelson as Arthur Poppington, a.k.a. Defendor, on the hunt for his arch enemy, Captain Industry. Super entertaining superhero movie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Number 7 would be Thor Ragnarok from 2017. Taika Waititi shows that he could be directing, or that he should be directing everything. He breathes a breath of fresh air into everything that he touches. Man, the guy's awesome.
And he's on our waiting list.
Yeah, and by far the most entertaining of the Thor movies. Just so good. Number 6 is Deadpool from 2016. Tim Miller behind the camera and Ryan Reynolds in front of it create a perfect storm of action and comedy. Good stuff. Number 5 for me is Guardians of the Galaxy 2014. Honestly, I knew nothing about this movie going in. It started out super entertaining and it never let up throughout. Funny stuff, good stuff. Liked it a lot. This might be slightly controversial, or maybe it won't be, but number 4 is Joker, 2019. Some may say that Joker, especially this version, is not a superhero. And to that I say, Joker is a hero to me, and this is my list, so deal with it.
Hey, I put Brightburn on mine.
There you go. Absolutely. Number 3, Watchmen from 2009. A super ambitious Zack Snyder movie, does not disappoint. It's as gritty as it gets in this genre, and I loved every second of its running time of 2 hours and 42 minutes. I'm not sure I've seen this many characters so well managed in a movie. Everyone gets the appropriate treatment, and plus Jackie Earl Haley was just unforgettable in the role of Rorschach.
Yeah, he's good.
Rorschach was just so good.
And you forgot the giant blue wiener through the whole movie.
Yes, there was a giant blue wiener in the movie too. Thanks for reminding us, Jim. Number 2 would be Logan from 2017.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. Familiar tale of it's a familiar tale of a man past his prime just trying to get by. But only the man in this case is Wolverine. This was storytelling at its best and might have been Hugh Jackman at his best. Absolutely love this movie. I'm totally on board with you. And number 1 for me is The Dark Knight from 2008. This is the only movie that I have watched in the theater twice within 1 week. I watched it and loved it so much that I told my father, you have to see this performance by Heath Ledger. And I took him to see it a few days later. I miss my dad. Wish he was still around. But anyway, every scene in this movie has stayed with me. And Heath Ledger's Joker is as haunting a performance that has ever been filmed. Don't get me wrong, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was tremendous, but no one will ever top Heath Ledger's interpretation. This is the best superhero movie ever, and to be honest, one of the best movies of any genre ever. And that's my list. That
was a great list, except for Logan should have been number 1, but I can forgive you of that.
That's all right.
It's still a good list.
Number 2's not bad.
Yeah. Hey,
tell
you. I thought, so it's funny. You think it's one of the, I thought Logan, to me, that was the one. I
can't. I'm not going to argue with you at that all. I mean, Logan was so good.
Yeah, exactly. But good. They're good lists. This thing is, and this is going to take us into our rage or my rage.
Yes.
Is, not everything is all about Marvel, and as we saw, there's a lot of stuff that we both had on our list wasn't Marvel at all.
Yep. Absolutely. So on that note, I guess we should go on to the next segment.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
Okay. Well, my rage this week is actually about Marvel and the whole way that Marvel has evolved. So, was I happy that I had to sit through 20 plus superhero movies to get to the end of the whole Avengers saga before we get into the next transition? I didn't hate it, but I gotta admit, as they started coming out more and more, I was getting a little tired of the same plots. It just became formulaic after a while. And when Disney really took over and started basically in what I call throwing up on the screen, it just started losing some of the juice for me in the universe. Am I still going to go see the MCU in the theater? 100% I will. But what I don't like is the fact is you start to hear things like, oh, Doctor Strange, they had an amazing director who was going to do it, and he wanted to take it in hold. He was going to make the very first horror, quote unquote, superhero movie. So it could have tried to touch base with Logan. So in contrast to that, Logan wasn't made by Disney. It was the final closing movie that Fox partnered with Marvel. And guess what? Made my top superhero movie of all time. Because Fox, as much as we can complain about some of the Fox movies they've put out, like the last of the Fantastic Four, which was a huge dud. But Fox knows how to bring darkness to the screen in the superheroes, I find. And Marvel just doesn't. Like, this is what the thing I'm worried about is for Deadpool 3. With more influence from Disney, if they're not going to let Ryan Reynolds lead this charge with his franchise and gets him into the MCU, and it just becomes whitewashed, painted with, it's not going to be a rated R superhero anymore, which has made Deadpool so much fun. It's going to turn, guess what? It's too much swearing and too much violence for the kids to watch. Well, maybe 5-year-olds shouldn't be watching Deadpool. But there's no way in hell that a 5-year-old should be watching Logan. And I don't know how many times I've been to some of these superhero movies, and you got like these dads in the theaters bringing a 5-year-old, where you see this little girl cut the shit out of everybody on the screen. Marvel, I just want them to not Disneyfy it. And, Disney's now owning some of the major franchises like Star Wars, and they've got the Marvel Universe now and a bunch of stuff. And I'm getting tired of it, to be quite honest. I'm kind of thankful that we've got this break from cinema at the moment, because I have a feeling we were just going to be rushed with another couple of Marvel superhero films. And I'm like, you know what? Give us a break. Let us have a couple of years of stuff like Logan or some of the great things like that is kind of a departure from it, like Thor Ragnarok, where you get some creative people and directors involved in the project. So not super rage this week, but I'm just, as I went through my list and started going through everything, obviously there is some Marvel on my list, but interestingly enough, a lot of the Marvel that's on my list also was by Fox. And there's usually will be a lot more DC, a lot more Image, a lot more, Dark Horse, that type of thing. I love dark superhero movies. I'm not much for happy-go-lucky, everybody lives at the end. I want to see people dying. It's a realistic superhero movie. So that's my rage for this week. I'm going to pass it to you. What do you think? You got on board, off board?
I tend to agree with you for the most part. In fact, our rages are kind of connected in a way. I guess I'll go into mine now.
Oh, snap.
All right, so my rage this week is... why can we not have more supervillain movies instead of superhero movies?
I love it.
Yeah, give me General Zod over Superman. Superman's been done to death. Give me a Penguin movie over another Batman movie. Give me Doc Ock over Spider-Man. We need some more villain-centric movies, man. They are always the best part of the superhero movie anyway, so why not shine the spotlight on them? Wouldn't you like to see an origin story of Magneto or Doctor Doom? A movie that shows us the story from the sinister villain side instead of the hero side? The rare occasions that this is done has proven to be compelling. Joker being the shining example of how compelling a supervillain can be. Now, it seems that there are many supervillain movies that are in the development stage. That's great, but that doesn't mean that they'll actually see the light of day. I hope they do, as I believe I'm not the only one that craves this content. Among the titles rumored or in development are DC's Deathstroke, another one is a Harley Quinn movie again, as well as a Harley Quinn and Joker movie, Deadshot, and another Suicide Squad movie. From Marvel, we get Venom again, Doctor Doom, yes please. Nemesis, Mysterio, and the Sinister Six are all possibilities. Here's hoping that these projects actually get the green light and find their way onto the big screen. Because I tell you, it's always the most compelling part of the movie is the villain. So let's have a couple of them that really focus on it, and let's ride that train for a while. What do you think, Jim?
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, Brightburn made my top 10, man. So
exactly.
I did I like Superman? Yeah, it was okay. I was never really a big superhero or Superman fan. And if Murray's listening, he'll probably be, scratching my eyes out if he saw me. But I don't know. I like how people get their powers by either natural means or by accident, by bitten by spider, or, so comes to Earth and he's a Superman only because his gravity is different than ours or whatever. I don't know the whole Superman history, but yeah, I'd much rather see an evil Superman take over the world and kill everybody.
Well, there is one, so let's make that.
I hope they make a Brightburn too.
Well, yeah, they could do Brightburn, or they could actually, there actually is an evil Superman in the DC world, so they could do that too. Either way.
Yeah, bring it on, evil Superman.
Yes.
Or what I heard is coming to, I know it's not necessarily a film, but they're going to be bringing to Disney Plus, they're bringing the Marvel Zombies, which is I'm a huge fan of that comic. And now we're going to get to see it in Disney Plus, so I'm excited about that.
Cool. All right, sir. So looks like we're pretty much in agreement on our rages for the week. It's nice.
High five.
Yes. If you were here, I'd give you one, but we are practicing social distancing.
Virtual high five.
Nice.
Oh,
yes.
And by the way, it's on deck.
On deck. That's what it is.
On deck. We've got two on deck.
Man, I am so dumb in my old age. I don't know what's going on with me.
It's true, but you're still damn good looking.
Well, I got that going for me. I actually seem to be getting more handsome every day. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but hey, I'll take it.
Why are you not the next underwear model for Calvin Klein? I don't know.
It's a good question. We'll have to ask
all right.
somebody about that. All right, sir.
That's enough rage for today.
It is indeed. So with that being said...
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
All right.
Well, this week, Bryce was able to pull from Jim's sweet bag the fantastically mesmerizing film by the talented Mr. Sly Stallone, Escape Plan: The Extraction from 2019. Bryce?
Is it the Extraction or the Extractors? I think it's the Extractors.
Extractors, whatever. Yeah,
Whatevs.
The great things. Tell us the great things about this super beautiful treasure by our friend Sylvester Stallone.
Well, Jim, it was not good. Let's just leave it at that. You seem to find that quite amusing. As I was saying, it was not good. I did not understand the motivation of some of the action. It had two separate kidnappings for what seemed like the same purpose. That was kind of weird. Wouldn't kidnapping like one of the people be good enough?
You'd think so.
Stallone slurred his way through another convoluted action flick. They really need to subtitle Stallone's dialogue, as sometimes he's just incoherent. I'm just wondering who's watching these films. Like, why are they being made? Other than me, that just because I kind of had to. But I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it because there's not that much to say. But anyway, it had lots of punchy and kicky scenes. Although you could not really see any of the action because the majority of the film is pretty much in the dark. Somebody should have turned a light on so we could see at least what was going on. As I said before, it's not good. Definitely a rage. Oh, by the way, this is the third installment of the series, so maybe if I had seen the first two, I would have had a greater investment in these characters and perhaps a greater appreciation for this film. But
no, I wouldn't have.
I doubt it.
Right
there's not much chance of that. It was bad. It wasn't like the worst Rage or Dare that I've had this year, but it was not good.
How was 50 Cent as a fine actor?
He was not good. Everything, it was so flat. Just the whole thing was flat. I felt bad for what's her head? Jamie King. Just such a cardboard cutout of a role. I don't know why she ended up doing that. I just felt bad for everybody in it, really. It's like, why? They must be just reevaluating their choices in life that they ended up in this movie. But you know.
So, the original starred Arnold Schwarzenegger and Stallone.
Okay.
And when it came out, I watched it, and it was painful.
Yeah.
And I just thought, it can't get any worse.
And then it did.
It kept getting worse.
Yeah. No, it was not a lot of fun, but that's what this is about. It's kind of the reaction you were looking for.
That was it. So much joy. I have to watch him with subtitles, or I can't understand what he's saying.
Like, what did you just say? I don't know what he's saying.
No.
So,
Is that what steroids do to your tongue? I don't know.
It did something to him because I guess that's what he does now. He just pumps the steroids like they're going out of business.
He's roided he's got no testicles left. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, keeping the steroid manufacturers in business. Good on you,
Thank
Stallone.
God. Way to go, Sly.
There you are.
All right, well, I've got to choose rage or dare.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. Which way you leaning there? Rage or dare?
I think you gave me a little bit of a hint that I have seen so many fucking terrible musicals already on this Rage or Dare segment.
You've been on
and that you're guaranteeing that there's an option that if I pick Rage, I'm going to see another musical.
No, you might see a musical. If you pick Dare, I guarantee it's not a musical. But there are musicals in the Rage bag, so it's on you. But if you do pick Dare, I'm telling you right now, Dare's bad. It's real bad. But it's not a musical.
Is it worse than... okay, I'm taking Dare. And I'm only taking it because I can't see another musical. Not for at least another month. So... I'm picking Dare. Give it to me.
Dare.
What am I seeing?
You are seeing the 1996 classic comedy Ed, starring Matt LeBlanc and a monkey.
What? I love this movie.
You love this movie? Well, you're watching it again.
Yeah. I can't wait. From 1996.
1996. I believe the monkey plays baseball, if memory serves me correct.
Yes. I think the monkey may be on deck.
He might be on deck. And then when he's, at the plate, he'll be in the batter's box. So yeah, I know baseball.
A trained chimpanzee plays third base for a minor league baseball team.
That's
sign me up.
That is comedy gold.
Golden Shower, maybe. I am not going to like this movie.
No, you're not.
I remember seeing it. I hated it then. I'm going to hate it even more. Oh, no. My God.
Yeah, sorry about that, dude.
But it's not a musical.
But that's what you get. Yeah, you didn't want a musical, so that's what you get. All right, sir.
Well,
so
that's it for this week.
That is it for this week. So...
Well... Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to the extended film Rage crew of Murray on sabbatical and for giving us this sweet 7 list this week. Thanks for Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision, and photography via Leonard Conlon Photography.
You'll get that right one of these weeks.
Maybe. I don't know. It's a tongue twister I built myself. Our new cartoonist, Vaughn, so if you're checking out our website, listen to us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and check out our website. Please check it out and leave us comments at filmrageyyc.com. We are always wanting your feedback to make this a raging blast for all listeners. So please comment often on any way you can reach us. And please make us rage. Please. Please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.